Sudan, a land whose literal name translates to the land of the blacks, but most black folks don't know about the black people there being targeted and killed. Recently, the equivalent to the Confederate Army laid siege to a capital city in Western Sudan, basically a city that is a stronghold for the motherfuckers fighting for freedom. This shit is important because it's basically the Battle of Gettysburg here, but the results are in reverse. Over 150,000 people have been killed since the conflict ignited on April 15, 2023, and over 14 million have been displaced. So you mean to tell me the largest displacement on the globe is happening in a motherfucking place that's name is the land of the blacks, but black folks not talking about it? Why do you think that is? I'm reminded of the words of Ta-Nehisi Coates, who said that race is the child of racism, not the father. And I say that here because war is the child of exploitation, not the father. See, the media would have y'all believe that a war-torn country is just doing what it's always done, but in reality, it's much deeper than that. And they specifically don't want niggas like you and I around this way to know, because we could relate. And this is because in Sudan, the North, despite being in power, has little access to the rich natural resources the South possesses, specifically its oil. Their story is our story because we are one people with many names. And although for them it's oil, where us it was cotton, we are all trying to survive the same motherfucking game.
The videos that have come out of Sudan in the last 48 hours have been some of the most horrifyingly inhumane videos I have ever seen. They're forcing people to dig their own graves and mowing them down, raping women and children. They're going into hospitals, shooting people on their deathbed, and stealing the supplies. So much blood has been shed in El Fasher in the last 48 hours that you can see that the soil is stained from drone footage. And the world continues to remain silent. The worst part about these videos is that they are not being filmed by the victims. They are being filmed and posted online by the perpetrators of these atrocities. Media refuses to accurately cover this situation, and our world leaders continue to downplay how horrific of a humanitarian crisis this is. This is not a civil war. This is a genocide that is funded by the UAE. This is not a civil war. This is a genocide that is funded by the UAE. And if you're watching this right now and you feel powerless to do anything about it, I get it. You're just a person scrolling online. What can you do? I feel the same exact way every single time I see my people being slaughtered. I feel so powerless that I can't really do anything about it. But I have my voice, and so do you. So all I'm asking you to do is to talk about Sudan. The Sudanese people deserve a voice. Say something.
I don't know what black person need to hear this, but you could say free Palestine till you are blue in the face. Until Africa is free, we don't have the power to do nothing for those people. But we can do two things at the same time. Palestinians don't. That's why everyone in the world is talking about what's going on in Palestine, but you rarely hear about what's going on in Sudan and in the Congo. If Palestinians talked about what's going on in Congo and Sudan as much as black folks talk about Palestine, then maybe more of us would know about it. We share a common enemy with Palestine, but we do not share the same oppression. Palestinians are only oppressed in Palestine. As soon as they come to America, they are deemed white and they are more likely to get ahead than your black behind. Your people, black man, your people, black woman, are deemed enemy number one all around the world, no matter where you go. And with the body count going on right now in Sudan, there is no reason that anyone that cares about being anti-genocide should be talking about anything but what's going on in Sudan. If you want to talk about Palestine too, then that's perfectly fine. Like I said, we share a common enemy. But y'all claim to be so against genocide that you're ignoring the largest genocide going on right now. Tell me how that makes sense. Y'all know about every ceasefire and every little morsel of details of anything going on in Palestine. But when I talk about Sudan, y'all don't know what's going on. Why is that? But freeing Palestine will make it easier to free Africa. You don't know that. You don't know that. They practiced chattel slavery with East Africans in the Ottoman Empire before it was called Palestine. Those same people that y'all are talking about are the descendants of people that owned Africans. Does that mean we shouldn't care? No, I'm not saying that. But the enemy of my enemy is my strategic partner. But do not get it twisted. We don't have friends. And before y'all come with y'all little moral arguments in my comment section, look at how many Palestinians have been unalived. And then look at how many Sudanese and Congolese people have been unalived. More people have been displaced in Sudan than the entire population of Palestine. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. But the moment you take the eyes off your own injustice, you give everyone else permission to do so as well. And they have.
The world pays attention when it's Gaza, when it's Ukraine, because those are marketable to the global north, right? But us in the global south, we are aware of what's happening in Sudan. But the world needs to also know that, okay? The children of Sudan are suffering. The women of Sudan are suffering. The entire people of Sudan are suffering under this war. In the Middle East, the UAE that keeps funding both sides of the conflict with guns and grenades is to blame. But the world is silent. Why? Because Sudan is ignored because they're not marketable. They're not trending on the hashtags like Ukraine and Gaza are. But the same lives of humanity are being lost on the continent. Africans are aware, but journalists cannot get into Sudan, so they cannot partake in the reporting and updating us daily. Because of that, because of lack of fear, journalists don't report. And when that happens, it becomes less marketable, less favored to be trending topic on the global stage. That is why nobody is hearing about what's happening in Sudan. It is far greater than what has happened in a lot of places, but it doesn't get the light of the day. So guys, if you are seeing this video, make sure you comment, make sure you share with everybody else who's not aware of this, okay? Just share. Let's not keep Sudan suffering in silence, all right? It is all of our responsibility, not just of the global south, but for the global audience as well. The suffering, can you imagine children in age 3, okay, where their house is being bombed, they left on the street, no mom, no place to call home. Just imagine that. Imagine Sudan. It wasn't long ago they suffered the genocide in Darfur, but now it's just a reminiscent of that same event that's taking place, and the world is again complicit in being silent. We cannot be silent. We have to be vocal for Sudan. Everywhere you are, what's happening, guys, is heartbreaking. So make sure you share this video. Get it to as many people as possible. They deserve our help. They need help. Sudan needs us. Sudan needs you. The least you can do is share this information with those who don't have access to it. Alright? Journalists that are scared. They don't go in. They're not updating us on what's happening day to day. Alright? The Arab nation continues to funnel weapons to both sides. Just what ends up dying in the middle is the civilians, the children who don't see any light at the end of the tunnel, guys. We gotta be the silent voice for Sudan. No more silence. We got to share and spread this word worldwide.
Sudan, 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 Sudan. If black people don't care about black people, why should anyone else care about black people? If black people don't care about black people, why should anyone else care about black people? They say the arts reflect your principles, your morals. Yeah? Your kind, like the ethics that you hold dear. That's what your arts and the media, yeah, will reflect or will portray. What does our arts and our media, yeah, reflect when it comes to black people? Think about it. In this so-called Black History Month in the UK, black people have spoken about every topic under the sun, but Sudan, but Congo. Black people are so comfortable. It's embarrassing to look at black social media. We don't prioritize ourselves, but we want other people to prioritize us. No Jesus is coming to save black people, I promise you. We have to solve that problem in Sudan. We have to solve that problem in the Congo. Whether we all have to say, you know what, screw all of these tech companies. Screw Dubai. Screw the Arab Emirates, screw them all. Listen, I don't know when black people are gonna wake up. We want to play. We want to be part of every team but us. Honestly, look at what's going on in Sudan. Look at what's been going on in Sudan and has been going on in the Congo. It's going on in practically most of Africa. Wherever there's tremendous amount of wealth, there's going to be problems there. And that's what you have in Sudan. I don't even want to get into the politics of it. We know who's responsible. Yeah, because when it comes to money, everyone is of the same religion. We know it's the UAE. We know the West will be involved somehow. Listen, this system ain't working. The religions ain't working in Africa. Most of us thought when the original Sudan split that things were going to be all right. How is it that the North now has been going through just pure horror? Children being raped, children being unalived. Oh, mate. And black guys, we can't get together. 13 men were able to carve up Africa and have the lines that we have in Africa right now. 82 men were able to start a revolution in Cuba. With Che Guevara and Fidel Castro. But black guys, we can't do jack. We can't do nothing. We can't get together and make a move. We would rather die for postcodes and talk nonsense on social media. We think that we got balls, but we got no balls. I promise you. Sudan, if it weren't for Sudan, see, the slavery that we faced by the Arabs and European slavery, we would have faced that at least 2,000 years earlier. King Kuladura, through the back treatment, managed to get the Arabs off. Queen Amani Renas got the Romans off. Countless times Sudan has come to our aid from ancient Egypt times. I don't know when are we going to wake up, seriously. And if it's happening in Sudan, best believe it will happen somewhere else. Whether Somalia, well, we know that the UAE is involved in Somalia anyway. Whether South Africa, Nigeria, you name it. If these countries ain't free, Africa ain't free. Recently they said that, Cameroon elected someone well into his 90s. What's wrong with us? Why are we dying for nothing when Africa is the biggest real estate? We should fight and protect Africa. Don't talk about nothing else on social media. You talk about anything else, you're a distraction. You're part of the matrix. We don't care. But you better care if you care about your children. I promise you, it will come around. What goes around comes around.